Right then guys, so you join me here. I'm actually at the approach fishery looking for a chunk. Fingers crossed I get one this time. It's my aim this year is to get a new PB out of here, and there's plenty in here, so hopefully we can bag one along the way. Weather's just turned a little bit, so it's looking good for a bite. But I'm here to talk to you about what I've been up to in July, and to be honest I've had an hectic one, been really busy, loved every minute of it though. So most recently I've been doing some filming for BT and Angling Outlaws, so we've had a series to film, 6-part series, so we're filming 7 days solid, loved every minute of it. The series goes, so there's 4 pro anglers and 4 ex-pro footballers, pro anglers being me, Mark Bartlett, Nick Speed and Julian Chidley, and then we've got 4 ex-pro footballers, got one each, got to coach them all up along the way, and they have a match on the Friday. And just to let you know, in the actual match, 600 pounds of fish gets caught between the 4 anglers. Amazing to think that none of them had ever held a rod before, and they go from doing that all the way through, coach them so we do a little bit of everything, feeder fishing, carp fishing, and on the Friday, like I say, they have a match, and the banter along the way is unbelievable. We've had a right laugh, and honestly it was a pleasure working with them all, and look forward to seeing the final thing. So that took me, like I say, 7 days. In between all that, I've had the Ladies National to go at. So that was at Packington Summers this year on Moorlands Lake, and to be honest, I didn't have time to go for a practice. Did a little bit of messaging about, got in touch with Joe Carras who fishes it a little bit, and he's given me some vital advice, to be fair. So I've drawn peg 55 I think it was on Moorlands, so just on like a back straight. I've had Sam Sins on Scarecrow Point. It's going to be really hard to beat from there, and as it turned out, she took the match apart with 38 kilos I think she had. Awesome angling from her. I didn't expect anything less, but there's a lot of pressure on that peg and she stood up to the job, so well done Sam. I ended up coming second, so happy with that from where I was. I've had 22 or 23 kilos I think, and to be honest I had a right good start. Chucked out on tip, far side, sat there, didn't expect much to happen. A scorching hot day, odd cruiser about, tips gone round, wallop, into my first fish. Honestly, it felt like a demon, it did. Fight well, like nothing I'd held for a while, to be fair. Turns out to be a 13-pound carp, which for a nerve settler, as a go, it don't get much better than that. It took me a while to get in, didn't want to pull out of it. First fish, probably fannied around a little bit too much with it, but I got it in. Won me a prize on day for biggest fish as well, so that were awesome. Rest at match, I've continued across on that far side, chucking right tight across, and it had gone round and I were catching. I had a couple of carp, a couple of F1s, and they were doing all right, to be fair. Then it just died, and to be honest, I'd spoke to Joe Carras and he said this could happen, and the best advice that he gave me was just fill it in. So by fill it in, I put 5 big feeders worth right across tight to that far side and left it. Moved a little bit right to reeds, chucked tight into reeds because I could see odd one knocking, and I got the odd little small F1, but it was never going anywhere. Tried mugging him on waggler, tried shallow with casters that I'd been priming all day. I was getting the odd swirl there, to be honest, and when I've gone on it I've caught roach, not what you want to catch, and I thought, do I want to catch these? No. So in that last bit of match I've chucked back tight over and it's gone round with a carp about 8 pound. Game on. Got that bin, like 2 minutes to go, chucked back out, thought that was my lot, thought I'd got a bonus fish to end with, and it's gone again, playing one at time, and that's how it turned out. That one were about 6-7 pound as well, so I've had 2 fish in them last 15 minutes, which has bumped me up and given me second, and that's all from that little bit of advice there. Cheers Joe for that one, much appreciated. Like when things like that happen, it makes you think, like, could I have done it a bit earlier, should I have gone it on a bit sooner? But if I would have gone on it a bit earlier, 1, I might not have caught, 2, if I did, I was still miles behind Sam, so I wasn't ever going to catch the amount of fish to catch her up. So all in all, I think fished decent match, got out at peg what I could have done, happy with second on there, and that's it, move on from that match. So moving a bit earlier in month, I actually fished my first ever carp international, if you call it, so for the England carp team. Really good experience that was, one that I've been working towards, as you all probably know, for the last 2 years, training hard every month with ladies, out on my own on Canal, chucking leads at a marker float and just basically working up to these international matches that we're going to fish. and this one were the Anglo-Welsh match, and we were over in Cardiff at a place called Lammy Lakes. So never seen the lake before. A couple of lasses did manage to get down and do a recce, have a walk round, and basically it's a public lake, so anybody can walk round it. Not a massive lake, there's not like tons of fish in it. I think there's a lot of fish in it, a couple of hundred, but it's not like a runs water that we normally go on for these sort of matches just to catch a load of fish. So it was going to be more like bait and weight sort of game, like taking it steady. So I'd been partner Ellen, so me and Ellen drew in C section, C1. We were top end at lake, quite a lot of water to go at and a lot of fish there to start with, to be honest. So we've had a right good start, drawn, gone into his box, had a look around, and there are a few fish. So deployed a couple of zigs out, and within the first half hour, 40 minutes, got a 29-pound carp in net. You don't get much better than that to start to your first ever international matches. Took us a little bit of a runabout, went up the banking, so we had to jump in late, go up, play it in, teased it in over net, and what a beast it was. Lovely fish, so happy to catch it. And then obviously slowed down a bit because we'd caught that. Fish moved up, and then they basically went round us and disappeared down lake. So we actually went a day without actually catching anything, and the Welsh lasses to the left of us had 2 fish within a morning, which put us back into second in section. So we worked his socks off, to be fair, tied a couple of rigs up, chasing fish around, chucked a lead right across, found a nice spot, a gravel spot, put a couple of spods on it, literally 2 or 3 spods on it, a bait. They say that the lake don't really respond to spodding, but to get the bait to where we needed to accurately, we need to spod a little bit. Chucked a lead over it, and we'll start having a cup of tea, and that rod's gone as well. Jumped up, got it. I think that one weighed 17 or 18 pound, I think it weighed. So managed to get that one in, put us back into first in section. So that were awesome as well. Match ended, we'd won the match. We had 3 section wins and a draw in 1. So alt ladies did really well, kept us nerves, and the celebrations were awesome. That team spirit, when you all come together, you've won something, got a trophy, brought it back home. What a weekend that was, one that I'll never forget. So as you can see, I've had quite a lot of big events on, like with filming, a couple of decent matches to fish. I've also, in between that, been fishing matches on Ayr and Calder, so you've probably seen from my live video, so I won't bore you too much about that one. But the Canal's fishing awesome this year. That many fish in it, you've got to decide what you're doing, get your head down and do it. I've caught quite a lot of mine on feeder, as you've probably seen. I've had some decent matches, been close on a few, picked up an odd section, but I love it. That sort of fishing this time of year is what I go for. So moving on, next month or so, be out and about, doing plenty of videos. Make sure you check them out, and if you like them, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Cheers guys.